It's time to finish the Guardian farm. We've been working on this for a couple of episodes now, and we really need those sea lanterns because we're running out. We've been calling this the FOB, or the Forward Operating Base, and we've been using it just as quick access down to the monument below to get all of the resources that we needed to build the platform that we've got so far, certainly in terms of the prismarine blocks that we're using. But it's time for it to go. It's in the way, it needs to move. But we need somewhere to move it all to, so we're going to build this little temporary platform on the north edge, because A, we need to know which way north is, because that's very important to the actual design of the farm, but B, we want somewhere where we can access all of our stuff really easily. I am so looking forward to having this farm absolutely complete. The first thing that we need to do is move all of these items over so we can take the FOB down, as I said earlier. But once it's done, honestly, it's part the fact that we'll have an unlimited supply of sea lanterns, which is going to be crazy useful, but also the fact that it's a very satisfying farm. I don't know if you've seen Silent Whisperer's initial tutorial for this, but all of the items flowing through the ice paths are very satisfying to watch. I'm looking forward to that. And now that FOB 2.0 is set up, I think we're ready to start putting the cells into place. Now, as I'm editing this, it occurs to me that this episode is going to be very repetitive. We're building 25 identical cells, so it's going to be very methodical, and I think there'll end up being a lot of time lapses. So I hope you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, then apologies, this isn't going to be the best episode for you. And actually, Graveyard Rose has taken the lead on this build. He's done all of the research and is putting in place the design, and I'm just going to kind of come along and do the repetitive tasks and help out as much as I can, but this is very much his build. And there we go, that's one cell complete. Missing the tridents, of course, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Yeah, one down, 24 more to go. So the next step is to put 3 packed ice blocks in place of the spawning markers that Graveyard Rose had put in place previously. Then we needed to build up the base of each cell, so we put in 3 solid blocks first of all, and then surrounded it with glass to complete the cell and enclose any guardians that spawn inside. The next step is putting pistons in place and lighting everything up so that we don't get any baddies spawning like creepers, because they will ruin this if they explode. Next up, we need to encase the cells in another layer of glass around the top. Then some weird stuff happened. Have I died? Am I a ghost? What's going on here? I don't understand. How can I walk through these pistons? Ghostly apparitions aside, it's time to put some levers in place and turn them all on. And just pop some repeaters in place. Redstone. More redstone. Even more redstone. Progress is being made. That's 3 out of the 5 lines that I think are complete. Well, almost complete. 1 torch. 1 repeater. 1 repeater. 1 torch. Another torch. Another repeater. And now we need to repeat the process pretty much exactly the same, except mirrored for these other 2 rows of cells. We've got a good flow going here. He's placing all the glass in, and I just come along and place in these 3 blocks like so. This is where our item elevator is going to go. We've got such a good flow going. All that I have to do is come and place packed ice in all of these trenches that have been dug out. It's nice and easy. I'd love to say that our efficiency was flawless, but things like this kept happening. Yeah, stuck in a hole. Not to worry, I'll save you. So now that all the ice paths are in place, we need to line them with glass. Now we just need to test that our redstone works. It works. This thing is looking seriously cool. I can't wait until items are flowing through all of these water streams. We've still got to build the AFK spot and the storage, but this is coming along quite nicely. We weren't recording any voice audio for this next part, but I'll try and fill in the blanks for you. Oh, that's the final cell complete. We're so clever. We're so good at this. I'm glad that it's all working properly. I hope nothing goes wrong. You absolute... I'm obviously paraphrasing there a little bit, but you get the idea. After some slight rebuilding, we were back on track. With the collection system and the AFK platform in place, it was time to put in the water sources so that guardians could actually spawn in the cells. Except it didn't work. We watched this for what felt like hours and we just couldn't figure out why we weren't getting any guardians spawning. We'd followed the tutorial block by block, so we thought, and in the end we discovered that we were missing just one block out of the cells. And with that small change, we had guardians. And then we had drops coming through. But nowhere near as many drops as we actually needed or wanted or knew that the farm could produce. And we knew now that the reason for that was because we just didn't have enough tridents. So I went online, I found a drowned farm tutorial, again by Silent Whisperer, and I think that's the thing that we need to build next in order to get the tridents. Just to make you aware, this episode took about 8 hours to record, and obviously I've condensed it down to about 8.5 minutes so far. There was a lot of repetition, a lot of tasks that we had to keep doing over and over again, like placing blocks, placing repeaters and torches and ice blocks and all sorts of stuff. So I hope this episode was still enjoyable, even though it's a little bit short. We covered, like I say, a lot of work in a short amount of time in this episode. But that's it for now. As you can see here, I'm just grabbing as much obsidian as I can possibly get because I need to build the drowned farm, and that needs nether portals, and that will be in the next episode. But I hope you enjoyed this one. If you really liked it, please don't forget to subscribe, but a like would be super helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!